Hey everybody. I just decided to make this impromptu video at work. So I'm probably gonna have to do quite a bit of editing because of the phone ringing. Who knows? Seems to be pretty quiet right now, but as soon as I said quiet. So I had a conversation with one of my friends yesterday. And she's working on her weight. In the past, she has lost weight and then she gained it back for whatever reason, but usually it's life stuff. You kind of backslide. Shit happens, right? And I was telling her the same thing. And if you've seen in my my other video, my first video when I was talking about what I'm going to therapy for, I need to make another video. I talked about how depression and weight gain and just self-esteem issues and things, it's this really kind of violent cycle. And by violent, I don't particularly mean physically. It's just emotionally violent, and it kills you slowly. It kills your spirit slowly. So that's where I get most of my weight gain from. I was not always a chunky chick, you know. I used to be pretty fit, especially after I came from the military, and I had a really bad breakup, and things just went downhill from there because I was just so mentally broken down from the way that relationship ended and how I was treated, not only from that point, but from a couple years or so afterwards. It just, it affected me mentally, but the mental toll, it manifested outwardly. So, yeah, me and my friend were talking, and she's like, I gained weight, but this month I lost 12 pounds, and she started talking about how she feels that she a lot of the things that has happened to her, she thinks that it's because she's fat. And automatically that came out my mouth. What came out my mouth is, I feel the exact same way. I feel that 99.9% of the things that happen to me on a daily basis is because I'm fat. as a fat female, it's a little harder because it's like there is a certain privilege to being a skinny woman. Like, a lot of times guys will put up, and some women, if you're gay or bisexual or pansexual, I'm trying to be inclusive here. If you're into women, either way, sometimes people will put up with more shit if you look good. If you don't even have the best face, but you can have the bomb body, and people will put up with your shit. I find that people have treated me differently than when I was thin. My mom, she used to be a model. And she has always, that's one thing that always used to fuck up my my self-esteem. The moment I gain a pound, she's like, you're getting fat, you better watch it, you better do this, you need to exercise, do you want to take this diet pill, I have this natural thing, why don't we exercise together? Now, my mom was not the skinniest. My mom had me when she was older. My mom had me when she was like 40. And it wasn't that she was the skinniest or the most fit. She gained weight over the years, but I think that in her own twisted way, she didn't want to see me get like her. Not that she's huge, but she didn't want to see me gain weight. And she wanted me to be healthy. That's another thing I gotta talk about. And she felt that I was much prettier thinner. Now, I won't lie. I feel that when I was thinner, I feel that my features they were more prominent. My cheekbones were accentuated. I didn't have a double chin. I could see my collarbone. I don't see it now. Too fat. And of course, when you're a tall girl, I'm 6 feet tall. When you're a tall girl, when you're fit, things fit a lot better. You know, your clothing fits so much better. But, you know, my mom made it seem like if you weren't skinny, you ain't shit. And I'm not sure if that is something that was programmed into her head because of her being a model, or if that had always been, because my mom had been pretty skinny until she had me. Another problem that I have, and it's kind of a privilege with being a skinny person, is unless you're super, super skinny, people assume that because you are thin, you are healthy. And if you have weight on you, you are unhealthy. I am overweight for my height, obviously. And supposedly the doctor says that I'm supposed to be, I think it's 155 pounds. I am absolutely sure that I will look emaciated at 155 pounds. I was pushing it at 167. So, I have normal blood pressure. I have great stamina. Like, I can run for a mile without stopping. I mean, I don't have the greatest time anymore, but, you know, I have stamina. I can exercise. I'm super strong. And I know some thin people that have some serious medical problems. But because society thinks that, you know, thin means that you're healthier and that you're not going to die. I don't know. They seem to think that if you're thin, you are immortal and you are eating right. And that's not always the case. Some people eat junk. They eat like literal junk food, nasty shit that has like no nutritional value. But their metabolism is so fast that you never see it, but their insides are rotting. And, you know, people are just assuming that, you know, they are healthy. Getting to the title of my video. The title of my video is basically, you know, I am for fat acceptance, but it's not for me. I'm all for women taking charge and saying, yo, I'm happy being the size I am. I know I'm gorgeous the size I am. I dress the way I want. If I want to wear a two-piece at the beach, I will do that and you will shut the fuck up. I totally go for that because people should be able to wear whatever the hell they want. You will deal. But when it comes to me personally, I am not okay being fat. And people are like, well, you know, what are you saying? Are you saying that you feel ugly being fat? Yes, I do. I do feel a certain type of way about myself. I know that the reason why I'm big is because I have eaten more than I should have due to my depression. And sometimes, you know what? I'm an emotional eater too. Like, I'll get angry and instead of working out, I will eat. I'll get a craving for like sugar, or I'll be like, yeah, I need some pizza, or, you know, and I don't even need to be hungry. I could have just eaten like an hour ago. I'm still full, and I will order a chicken parm hero. I know it's kind of gross. I do love to eat, but it's time to be in control. Now, the next question people ask me is, well, why don't you do something about it? And I am, but habits are really, really, really hard to break. Sometimes you do things and you don't even realize you're doing them until it happens. Like, I just started doing like this whole like vegetarian diet thing. I went to Dunkin' Donuts to get some coffee, and I had a habit of ordering like a chicken biscuit sandwich. Before I knew it, like I sat down at the, sorry, I was looking at something. Before I knew it, I sat down at the table and I realized I had chicken in my mouth, and I was like, what the fuck? When did that happen? Like, it was just an automatic response. I know it sounds wild, but it's like muscle memory when you do something constantly every single day. So I've been doing little things here and there to try and offset me eating. And it's really hard. I work at a hospital, and down the street there's a Nicaraguan place, there's a Dominican place, there's a McDonald's, there's a Wendy's, there's a Burger King, there's a KFC, there's a Kennedy Fried Chicken. There's like 3 pizza shops, a Chinese food restaurant, an Indian place. It's just a Subway, but I don't fuck with Subways like that. It may seem healthy, but they put a lot of crap in their food that I really don't agree with, so I'd rather not. There's just so many food traps around here. So I've done little things to change the way that I eat, and that's meal prep. I've been drinking more water. I've never really been a soda drinker like that. But every once in a while, I'll have like ginger ale. But, I've been doing like Crystal Light thing. If I don't feel like having water, I just put a little taste in it. Like right now I have this pomegranate Crystal Light inside my water because like I was not feeling like having plain water. I downloaded some apps to my phone last night when I came home. Well, this morning when I came home from work, I did an ab workout, and it's been okay, but the pitfall with meal prep and with me is because I'm so absent-minded that I forget to grab my meals. Like, I left my fruit here in the fridge, but I forgot to grab my kale and rice, or my my veggie sausage and shirataki pasta, and I ended up looking for something to eat because I was like so hungry, and nothing around here is healthy. When I tell you nothing around here, even the salads are unhealthy. Like the salads that they make, the small salads, even with putting the dressing to the side, is like 600, sorry, my eyes itches, 600, 700 calories alone. So it doesn't really help. But yeah, getting back to the whole like fat acceptance thing, I'm down for that, girl. If you want to get down with that, if you think you are fabulous, being a big girl, if you like it, I love it. But when it comes to me, I know with my experience that I had gaining weight, it made me feel like I had to compensate. I'm just telling you what's happening to me. It made me feel like I had to compensate, like it was like a huge flaw. And I already had something against me, which is me being a goddamn Amazon, and nobody wanted to date somebody that was that tall. And there's this constant thing, you see the subliminal messages from media, like you should be this way, this will look nice. Clothing shopping got a little bit harder for me. Things got bigger, but the clothes weren't exactly flattering. And I had a dress, they do this weird false advertisement, because it's like, if you are a plus size female, you gotta have big titties and a small waist and you're cute. I don't have big titties, and my waist it's not huge, but it ain't small. It's not like, right now I'm not an hourglass shape like I used to be. You know, I gained a lot of my weight in my stomach. And just, you know, things that look good in the magazine, when you put them on, they fit way differently in person. So that's like a bother for me. When it came to dating, I felt like, again, I had to compensate. I had to have like that extra oomph, because, you know, I'm a big girl, I'm tall, and I'm chunky. So I have to do something about it. I have to be funny. I have to make sure that I have my hair done. I have to make sure that, I mean, you should be, well, you can do that if you want to, whether you're skinny or fat, but, you know, you should be taking care of yourself regardless. But I felt like I had to do an extra step, just because I had gained weight. Because I, you know, subconsciously, I just felt like, yo, I can't get away with the shit that I used to, because I have this weight on me. I noticed that I got a lot more insults as far as men, like when they would walk up to me if I didn't give them the time of day, because I don't like when guys approach me in the street. If it's, you know, if it's for something else other than my phone number, I really don't. I'm not interested. And, you know, they'd be like, oh, you were fat anyway, you know, and it made me feel like, okay, so you know I was fat. I've been fat since before you walked over to me. So you basically came over to me because you felt like I was an easy target because I'm fat? Or I really don't fucking get it. Like, it's really weird, you know. Insults become about how you look, you know, and it's, you know, it's, I guess I took a lot of shit from people too, relationship-wise, because I didn't feel like I deserved much better than I did. Like, you know, oh, you know, I guess, you know, this person gave me a chance, you know, maybe I shouldn't be so hard on them. Maybe I should be more forgiving. And in hindsight, I should have been just like, oh no, fuck this. I'm not taking this, because it ended up being like a snowball effect of abuse and making me feel like I'm not good enough because my stomach isn't flat. It's just, it's crazy. But I don't want you to think that I'm all tied up in my looks or anything like that. But I'm just being real, you know. I just stopped feeling sexy about myself because I see the cellulite. I see that my stomach needs work. I see that, you know, my clothes are fitting tighter. And even though I'm doing things about them, it's going to take some time for me to see it. It's not going to drop off overnight. And those thoughts are still in my head. And you know, it's just, yeah, it's hard. I just feel like I'm not okay being fat. And even though I feel like I'm cute, you know, I've gone from the skinny, beautiful girl to the cute for a fat girl. That's what society has been telling me. And that's something that I'm trying to like unlearn consciously. But I know that I feel better about myself when I'm at a size 8 or a size 6 than when I do right now, in which I'm like a size 14, 16, depending on the maker. Sometimes I'm like a 12, 14, because, you know, the sizes or whatever can be really wonky. I'm doing stuff about it, but I'm just not okay with it. I don't feel beautiful. I don't feel right. It's not for me. And I hope that I didn't make this video to offend somebody or, you know, or hurt them in any way, to make them feel like they're inferior or something because of weight. I'm expressing myself and how the experiences that I have went through and I'm still going through, and just the thought process there's so much more to it. It's like super deep, and I want to get out of the rut. I feel like me taking care of me is making sure that I feel good about myself. And I feel like if I don't feel good about myself physically, even if I feel good about my personality and who I am as a person, and I do love me, and I feel like because I love me, I'm able to be truthful with myself. And because I love you guys, I'm able to be truthful with you and how I feel about myself and my body. And I just feel like not only do I want to be healthy, I know that this is probably a little inflammatory, but for me, I kind of feel like I would rather have the problem of being too thin and the problem of being too fat. And that may be because I don't know what it's like to be too thin. That could possibly be it. I think that I hate when people look at me and they say stupid stuff like, you would be so pretty if you lost like 30 pounds. I guess I'm tired of hearing stuff like that. And I'm doing the best I can. Well, I need to vent. So thank you guys for listening to me. I don't know if I pissed somebody off. That's not my intention. But again, I just needed to be truthful with myself. I wanted to be truthful with you guys. And I guess that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.